The boy just looked up and accidentally saw the face of the robber who was shooting the guard. To prevent the boy from calling the police, the robber had no choice but to point the gun at him. Seeing his son's life in danger, Jack rushed toward him, hoping to save his son, but the robber did not let him go. In the moment Jack collapsed, he stared intently at the robber's face, swearing to make him pay. Although Jack was the head of the mafia, even using all his resources, he still couldn't find the killer of his son. Since the robber could accurately target the armored truck, it was clear that there was an insider at the armored transport company. So, Jack forged a new identity and applied for a job as a guard at the company that had been robbed. To keep a low profile, he deliberately failed the physical tests, barely lifting a few weights before stopping, and missed his shots at less than 10 meters during the shooting test. Even for the simplest task, backing a truck into a garage, he pretended to be clumsy and knocked over a box, but in the end, he barely passed with a score of 70 and was hired. Jack successfully joined the armored transport team. However, on Jack's first mission, the robbers struck. They quickly took the transport captain hostage and threatened to throw all the cash into the truck behind them. The driver, startled by the sudden attack, wanted to break through the robbers' defenses and escape, but Jack remained calm. He followed the robbers' orders and began tossing the bags of money from the armored truck, but he deliberately dropped one on the ground. The robbers immediately ordered their men to get out of the truck, pick up the money, and warn Jack about his actions. At that moment, Jack suddenly opened fire, and each shot hit the robbers with precision. The remaining robbers tried to confront Jack using the terrain, but Jack stood calmly at the rear of the truck. When one robber changed magazines, Jack decisively shot, taking down all the robbers with perfect accuracy. This scene was witnessed by the arriving colleagues, who were stunned by Jack's incredible strength. However, Jack ignored them and began removing the robbers' masks one by one. Unfortunately, none of them was the killer of his son, but when Jack returned, he heard something terrifying from the transport captain's mouth.